People argue about what they like, about what they don't like. They don't like the music. The music is too loud. They argue over pews or chairs, and people are so easily offended. The poor preacher is sometimes held hostage because he's afraid if he preaches something that the people don't like, he runs the risk of people getting offended and leaving and going to the church down the street. So what we find in America in many cases is transfer growth and not necessarily conversion growth. It is Christians that go from church to church because they've been offended at the last 3 places that they've been. But I've seen services in parts of the world where people will literally walk for hours to make it to a church service. And then when they get there, they have to stand for the duration of that church service. And when you look at those people with no modern conveniences, with no technology, with none of the things that we often take for granted, they're praising and they're worshiping God with an abandonment. In a general sense, the church in America knows very little about living a life where self is put under, where self is denied. This is the primary reason why the church is not able to advance, because it is filled with baby Christians that believe that all of life is centered around them. We live our lives in many cases making our own decisions, pretty much doing what we want to do, and then try to fit God into the decisions that we've already made, when we need to find out what God has said and what He expects, and then line our life up with His instruction.